following video is intended for entertainment purposes only and should not be considered official financial advice. The creators of this content are not financial advisors, nor planners, nor analysts, and any information from this video should not be taken as trading or investment advice. Always manage your risk, trade within your means, and trade responsibly. Hey everyone, welcome back to Time Travel Trading. My name is Alex, and today I'll be talking to you about how to read our scan confluences and how to best use our tool in your trading. So let's get started. For this video, we'll be looking at the SPY S&P 500 ETF ticker. Right now I have it set to a 30-minute time scale, so each little candle is going to be 30-minute intervals. Before we get into our main focus of how to read these scans, I want to go over one very important reminder, and that is this blind forecast point, this moment of color change on our projection. So for me, everything that is orange is going to be past data, and everything that is purple is going to be our projection. This is another reminder, we do have 2 other tutorials available on how to use our tool. So if you open your tool and it does not look like mine, there's different colors, you can change it to whatever color you want in the configuration setting. Go ahead and check out tutorial number 1 for information on how to do that. So this color change point right here, like I said, is where the time machine forgets the future and uses the past to create that forecast. But how do we use those forecasts? So you can see we have a 4-hour time frame right here. We also have a 1-month and a 5-day for SPY currently. I'm going to go ahead and turn on the 5-day in comparison with my 4-hour. And what you want to pay the most attention to is the darker areas of purple. So the projections themselves are the same color, but the darker that color is, those are those areas of overlap or scan confluence. Those confluences taken together help increase our overall confidence in our projection. So what you can see here is this 4-hour time frame. This 4-hour projection has a slight downward trend before it comes back up. And our 5-day is decently stagnant with a little bit of growth over time. So what's happening here is you have this support from the 5-day drawing everything down in this section. And you also have the support from the 4-hour coming down and bringing everything down with it. However, you have the top resistance of the 5-day time frame below the top resistance of the 4-hour in these 2 areas. So our trend is being simultaneously drawn down by this 5-day with a more temporary mild uptick being drawn up by this 4-hour. If I turn on our 1-month projection here, you can see that the support of the 1 month is actually a bit above the support of this 5-day. So that again is going to draw up our overall trend and also supports this rise of the 4-hour time frame. And if you notice here, our real-time data has gone a bit above this 4-hour projection, but still falls within our overall range for our 1-month time frame. Those of you actively trading in SPY are probably already familiar with this big crash that we saw at the beginning of the month right here. So you can see that we actually projected this crash right in that area of confluence between our 5-day and our 1 month. So right where that happens, you can see the crash begin. And right at the bottom of that confluence is that bottom out of that crash. So we were able to predict this crash happening on August 2nd. Another thing you can use these projection confluences for is to identify potential areas of reversal. So you can see here at the bottom of the darkest portions, we have our 5-day, our 4-hour, and our 1 month all lining up right here with this bottom. That would be an indicator of a potential reversal, particularly since the 4-hour and the 1 month all have an upward trend, and that area of darkest purple continues up for a while. Now, applying this to your trading strategy, if you're looking to get into SPY, you can actually set up a price by time alert with our alerts box function. And if I want to get in the near future, the most likely time for it to go down is going to be this darker area right here. So what I'm going to do is just adjust my box and capture the bottom of that dark confluence there with a little bit of wiggle room in either direction. And then I would just click save. And now I've got a price by time alert set up for this potential low area right here indicated again by that area of darker purple. Now, there's a few other things to keep in mind when you're looking at our scans all together. One thing is, how often are these intraday time frames updated? So the 1 hours especially, those are going to be updated every single day. So you are going to get those with the newest data every day. Day by day goes through and make sure that he keeps those all up to date. And the reason for these updates is to ensure the most accurate projections as possible. We have on average 70 to 80% accuracy for about 16 candles from the blind forecast point within its own time frame. So for the 1 hour time scan, you're going to get about 16 hours of projection that is 70 to 80% accurate from that blind forecast point. So if we do the blind forecast 3 hours before the current time, you'll have 13 hours from the current time of projected data that is between 70 and 80% accurate on average. Another thing these smaller time frames are good for is even smaller time scales. So we're already on a 30-minute here, and that's pretty small, but we can go down even further to 5 minutes if you really wanted to. And you can see it captures all of that motion in the larger time frame. Because of the value of these smaller time frames, a lot of people ask, why do we use the larger ones? For example, the month time frame here. And the reason for these longer time frames goes back to that window of accuracy with the candles. So because we have the time frame times about 16 into the future from that blind forecast point, using long time frames like months allows us to know a general trend for about 16 months into the future, and it helps us keep the accuracy of our shorter term projections because we can work them out so they occur within our large projected window. That being said, we do need to have a decently long history. So anything with a history from before 2018 that wasn't stagnant, like penny stocks tend to be, for example, if it has 4 years of no rhythm or wave, it has no predictive moments of directional changes, which would make our tool redundant. And the necessity of history is also why some tickers have shorter projections than other. That's all going to be history related. So the more dynamic history we have, the longer our projections can go into the future. Alright, that's all for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. And don't forget, if you have any questions, you can absolutely reach out to us. And you can try the time machine for yourself at any time. We have 7-day free trials with no commitment whatsoever. Take advantage by checking out our Discord. You can get there by following the link bit.ly, that's bit.ly/TTT Discord. Be sure to check out our other tutorials on YouTube, as well as our awesome collection of projections on Twitter. We'll see you next time. Time travel trading. Backtest the future.